A huge jump. I've been working, a lot this summer, just trying to maintain my body, get stronger, and my overall game. I know that, I have a big opportunity on my hands, and, I'm ready for it. So.
Kyle Kuzma is the only Laker that was part of the young core that remained on the Lakers. With the Lakers in a win-now mentality, the question is, how does Kyle Kuzma help LeBron and Davis? It's a little more complicated than you would think. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy MJ. Kyle Kuzma's entering his third season in the NBA, but the Lakers have drastically changed. There's no more Lonzo Ball. Rest in peace! With LeBron and AD along with the new additions like Cousins, I want to see how Kuzma could fit in and ultimately how he actually helps the Lakers win. With all the recent Twitch controversy, I decided to move my streams to my second channel on YouTube for now, especially come NBA 2K20 time when I'm doing a 24-hour live stream. Drop a like for the Kuz-Bron bromance. Let's get to 4,113 likes for another video on Friday. And if you're new or heck already subscribed, please subscribe for teamwork. Yeah, teamwork. Kyle Kuzma is a 6'9", 220-pound power forward that last season averaged 18.7 points and 5.5 rebounds at the age of 23. Although Kuzma has only played 2 seasons, he is now 24 years old as he stayed 3 years in college. Still, Kuz has tremendous offensive potential and has had explosive games lining up opponents from behind the arc and inside the paint, but he seems out of place in today's NBA. Let me explain. Kuzma is not efficient and he's not positionless. While he shot 45.6% from the field, Kuzma only shot 31.9% on very open threes, which isn't much to really celebrate, and 30.3% overall on threes. But what really matters is the perception and presence that shooting has. Even with him not shooting well, Kuzma still has pull on the defense. This play right here is an example as LeBron uses Kuzma as bait on the 3-point line, the defense steps up and completely forgets about JaVale McGee. Kuzma's movement and threat of scoring, not necessarily shooting, makes defenses wary of where he is. That opens up lanes for not just players like LeBron, but for pretty much everyone else. On top of that, Kuz moves off ball a good amount. He makes cuts to the basket, he moves around the perimeter, he pretty much wants the ball to score, and so he does all the work to be in scoring positions. Kuzma doesn't use off ball screens often to get open, he targets open lanes. This is great alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis because it becomes a simple read and react. There don't have to be any fancy plays run through them, and it takes a lot of pressure off of them to score every time down the court. Now, he does come off screens as well, but more times than not, it's Kuz looking for an opening that is leading to all this motion. This leads me into my next point that Kuzma and LeBron already have great chemistry, the Kuz-Bron bromance. Kuzma was LeBron's #1 pass option, and last season, Bron had the most assists to Kuz with 120. The next highest was JaVale McGee at 88. Kuz is good at putting the ball on the floor, and so when LeBron passes to him at the 3-point line, he doesn't just take the 3, he'll find the opening. That's why LeBron's built a trust with Kuzma as well, because Kuzma is a scorer. There are issues with the ball stopping in his hands, but he's going to be a spark plug, an X factor if he's their third option. He's capable of scoring in bunches, like when he scored 20 points in the first quarter against the Rockets, or when he scored over 40 in 3 quarters. This might be really obvious, but I don't think we can gloss over that. He drives inside, he scores outside, he hits some hook shots, some floaters. He's just trying to put the ball in the basket, and at 45% from the field, he definitely isn't a slouch. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Stars do what stars do, and so you expect LeBron and Davis to do their share. That's expected, but you can get wins from what everybody else did, what role players did, and with an X factor like Kuzma, that can be the punch the Lakers need, whether it's off the bench or in closing moments of the games, because that is not expected. Kuzma is also working with lethal shooter to improve his jump shot. You know, the guy that helped Dwight Howard have his highest free throw percentage in 7 years at 60%. Look, he's not a great free throw shooter. If you look at Kyle Kuzma's jump shot in the offseason, he seems to have a higher set point, which will be hard to defend against and more consistent since he won't have to adjust as much to defense. With LeBron playing the point guard, Anthony Davis playing his natural position of power forward, and Boogie and Javale playing center, Kuzma really only fits in at one spot, which is the small forward. While I think Kuzma might come off the bench and will definitely have playing time as the power forward, the Lakers really need a small forward. They have a weird mix of players who can play small forward like Caldwell Pope, Avery Bradley, and Jared Dudley, but no one is primarily a small forward. If Kuz wants to be that third star that finishes games, he needs to be able to play small forward that fits with LeBron and AD. But Kuz came into the league as a one position player. He struggled to play small forward and couldn't play small ball center in his first season. Kuzma's offensive skill set can easily slot in as a small forward, but he struggled to play the three because he couldn't keep up defensively. Not because he lacked quickness or strength, but because he lacked on-court awareness of where to position himself along with bad defensive techniques. Kuzma played small ball center in an experiment, but once again was completely outworked because he wasn't really able to rebound or have great post defensive skills. Not because of his size, but once again because of techniques. He also wasn't in the right positions offensively as a center because it's a different position he never played in, but that's besides the point. Kuzma showed tremendous growth defensively from year 1 to year 2. His best defensive play has to be this. Still, he was one of the worst power forward defenders, ranking 88th out of 96 in the league. While his stats might show his defensive rating actually getting worse, coaches like Luke Walton have raved about his improvement, saying that he's been pretty reliable in big matchups. So I took a look at when he guarded Klay Thompson, and well, he got destroyed. Klay had 44 points in 27 minutes. If you look at the tape, it's not as bad as you would think. Kuzma was there with Klay in terms of quickness. What he lacked was technique. For example, Kuzma struggles getting through picks, trying to run through them instead of rolling off of them. Kuzma has worked on his feet, but has bad practices like gambling, jumping around instead of sliding his feet, crossing his feet instead of shuffling, etc. This was also during the stretch without Lonzo, who was a major factor for defense. The Lakers went 7th in defense with him to 27th without. I made a whole video detailing his impact if you want to understand that. So team defense wasn't gonna be great, but these are simple mistakes that Kuzma can fix. Kuz has been dedicated to improving his defense, and the most important thing is that he's stepping up to the challenge, like guarding a Klay Thompson. That type of drive to be a better defender is not always common, yet Kuzma has it. He already has all the tools, the length, the weight, the quickness, which you can't teach, and you can't teach drive. He shows defensive effort, but just hasn't been smart about it. So if he can focus all of his attention specifically on perimeter defense and comes out as an above average defender, he becomes what the Lakers would need. He doesn't need to worry too much as a power forward, but more as a combo forward. He also had one of the worst rebounding rates as a power forward, but that's not too important of an issue with Anthony Davis, Boogie, and Javale in the fold. That allows Kuzma to focus more on scoring in transition as he did with both LeBron and Lonzo. Lonzo and Kuz had a great connection because of how Kuzma would leak out in transition, which was more of Lonzo's game. In fast break possessions per game, LeBron ranked 3rd and Kuzma ranked 15th in the league. There were also pick and rolls with Kuzma as the screener for Lonzo and him as the ball handler with Lonzo as the screener. These are unique looks that can be replicated with Anthony Davis because of how AD can handle the ball and roll. Same goes with LeBron. With Kuzma and Davis being the young guys on this roster, these two can help push the pace on a team with mostly vets. DeMarcus Cousins is also great at outlet passes, and so Kuzma's tendency to leak out would be rewarded. Keep in mind that Kuzma is also playing in Team USA this year, and from what we've seen in the past, playing in a Team USA environment for the first time under a coach like Greg Popovich has really helped to mature a player's game. For example, in the season that immediately followed playing for Team USA basketball, Derrick Rose won MVP. Rest in peace! And Westbrook became an all-star along with a player like Durant, saying how it was extremely helpful and made him a better player. Kuzma is also playing with Anthony Davis and could definitely learn more about that power forward spot / how to defend the perimeter as a forward. Kyle Kuzma is working on all the right things. He's trying to become more efficient from 3. He's focusing on defense to make sure he doesn't get blown off the floor. To be that third star, he needs to adapt his position to make it more of a small forward power forward role and not exclusively just a power forward. There's room for a lot of growth, but what Kuz already has is enough to help the Lakers now. But what do you think? How will Kuzma do this season? What about the Lakers? Drop a like for the Kuz-Bron bromance. If you stayed till this point in the video, you a real one, so comment Kuz-Bron so I know. The Instagram shout of the day goes to Taekwondo Eric, and the all-day notification shout goes to Christian Blake. Thanks for the all-day support. Make sure to bell for all-day notifications, and if you're not a sub, hit that subscribe button to join the all-day community for more fire content, all-day support. It's your boy MJ. We out.
Okay, just hop in my spaceship, no. Okay, just hop in my spaceship.